What's good, y'all? King of the Root back with another video. Let's jump right in. Didn't I tell you motherfuckers the Glorilla, or excuse me, that Gangsta Boo was sacrificed for Glorilla? I think it's really shocking me. Some are saying that Glorilla is not going to be the queen of the South, or I guess of Memphis. I don't think I should say the South. I think of Memphis. Let me make sure my words are right. I think it's a toss up between her and Lotto. But Glorilla's giving me more of the energy, and I think they'll put a Leo in that place. Because as one of my YouTubers said, the Leo or the fire signs are always the speakers when it comes to the energies. And you have to listen to her break it down because it's so accurate. But she was just talking about how they always bring in the fire sign. When something goes down and they want us to speak in a certain way or handle something. Because we're fire signs. If you ever argued with the Aries or a Leo, Sagittarius, I'm gonna put them in the back. But you ever argued with one of my signs, a Leo or Aries, like I said, we speak in a certain way, and we can speak in a certain manner that can almost make you feel the energies in the way that you need to feel them at that time. So it probably will be Glorilla. Um, I just hope that her energies together because regardless of what Gangsta Boo was into, regardless if she really was practicing some demonic magic or not, um, she was the first soul in a long time from Hollywood that I've seen, and not surprising that she was a Leo when I felt this, that I felt like her soul was strong. I mean, it was really strong when it was crossing over. I was like, damn, she had some light and power to her, and I was like, I hope she knew that when she was here. That lady had some power. It was a strong soul. So whoever is going to, or whatever they're going to do with that, I hope the right person knows what they're doing. And it didn't feel demonic strong. It felt very light and just powerful, just very powerful, and very Leo, very, 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 very Leo. Um, it's fucked up though how it went down. I think it was Call Me Kinfolk was breaking down the first sacrifice of like the South of Memphis and how this all really went down to kind of start placing the new kings and queens and princes and princesses of the South and Memphis and those areas. And I believe it was it was a male artist who was, I believe, allegedly was sacrificed, I think the 21st. So during the winter solstice. Um, so yeah. Another note, what happened to Tory Lanez? I almost forgot about that shit until I saw a short come up yesterday on YouTube. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot we just had that fucking case. And I believe they said that case, or like the last bit of that, or like, the trial happened like in November. And I was like, it's been that long? I might be wrong, but I remember the month they said. I was like, it has not been that many months, but I think it really has been. Isn't it funny how they kind of just swept it under the rug so fastly? And look at the crack ash. I ain't said that in a minute. The crack ash used to be that shit back in high school. But isn't that crazy? Like, what's going on with Tory Lanez? And was this a ritual from the get-go? Were Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion? Because at first, it was given hints of like the Chris Brown era with him and Rihanna when he whipped her ass allegedly, because I really don't believe that he whipped her ass. I don't know, something about that story has always sounded off to me. Something did happen. I just don't know what happened. Nonetheless, I don't like Chris Brown, never have. No, I'm not gonna say never have. When he first came out, he was that nigga, but I just can't get with him. I don't feel bad for him for some reason. There's something about him that doesn't make me feel bad for how the industry does him. I don't know what it is. I also don't know why this camera is making my eyes look like this. I don't like it. But yeah, the whole Megan Thee Stallion thing was given like so Rihanna, kind of like almost like it was a ritual, because some of us had peeped, like it seemed like it was the same ritual happening for Rockefeller, like kind of how we had the whole thing with Rihanna, and it was like his value, he was devalued, and then Rihanna just rose up to queen. Although Chris Brown is a king in his own right, it doesn't matter if the industry wants to acknowledge it. These women out here, and some of these men too, and his fans, Chris Brown is popping to them. They love them from Chris Brown. So he's still a king in his own right, even if he's never given that title because of what he allegedly did. But I think a lot of us thought that's what was going to happen with, Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. And it's kind of what we're seeing, you know. like I said, it was like a replay, and it was like the Chris Brown era. You know, we're going to see her rise up. He would get in trouble. But I don't think a lot of us just like, I don't think he thought that he was actually going to get locked up. I think like we thought at the end of this ritual, it was going to be like, aha, I tricked you. And they were going to find a way. And it's not over and, said and done. It's not been said and done yet. So, just because he's in there now, allegedly, because we never know where these motherfuckers are. My godmom always points that out. They tell us stuff, we just automatically believe it. Tory Lanez could be sitting somewhere on an island tricking the fuck out of us, or he could have one of those masks on, like some of the conspiracy theorists say. And I don't like to call them that, but we'll call them that for now. He could be anywhere. But it's not over yet. I mean, in a couple months they could say, oh, it was a mistrial, and we're gonna redo the trial, and it was a ritual, like a lot of us think, and he'll get out of jail. But I did think it was funny how they just kind of just swept it under the rug, and nobody's talking about that shit anymore. I do like the fact that they're saying that Megan Thee Stallion is coming out with a diss track towards Nicki Minaj. I love when I see bitches go at her, because she just feels like she's so untouchable. I don't care if she has gone on to do more and better things than Little Kim, the original queen. I'll keep saying it. I can never fuck with Nicki until I see Nicki directly get on her knees in front of everybody and say, Little Kim, I stole your whole style. I shit on you. If it weren't for the new girls that we have now, the Nickies, the Young Miamis, and all these new bitches who were actually allowed to come in, we wouldn't have any more rappers, female rappers, because all the bitches who came a couple years before them, I shut the door on them and made sure that nobody else was able to get in, even including you, somebody who has paid your dues time and time again. So, yeah, I hope they eat her up, and I'm still waiting on that bitch to deflate Nicki Minaj's bubble. A lot of you guys say that Cardi B was chosen to do that, and she didn't succeed. I believe that Cardi B did succeed. The whole Grammy thing, her winning a Grammy before Nicki Minaj, was a whole shit in her face, because I believe that she thought she was so Illuminati and so the elite, and she was the shit, and I think they did too, and I think she was treated like that for a while. And I think when we had all these new women come in, when it was a bunch of them, and they were actually seeing like, oh shit, we can actually have a few lanes, or we can have multiple women. We actually can have multiple women and make money, and make the same amount of money, and actually share the lane. Oh my God. No. But somebody said something very interesting to me. Well, not to me, but online. I was watching something, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even peep that. Krishan is nothing more than another Cardi B. And I was like, yo, that's straight up, that's exactly how they brought Cardi B in on us. This girl's kind of foreign, although Krishan's not foreign, she's from out where I'm from. But little black ghetto girl. We know Cardi B's not officially this black, but whatever. She's Afro-Latina. But this ghetto, goofy, rah, always ready to go hood chick who comes from the slums, who wants to be a rapper, who with the shit. Same thing they did with Cardi B. Same exact thing. And I was like, oh shit, we ain't peeped that shit. I said the same thing they're doing. Although I'm not gonna say that Cardi B was fake and she was lying about being with the shits. I think Krishan is way more with the shits than she is. I think Cardi B, it's more true to her heart. Like she says, the loyalty. I really believe Cardi B. I believe whatever gang she joined, whatever she got into when she really had to, that was her way of life, and she did it, and she believed it, and she lives it, and she still believes in her heart. And I believe Krishan does what she has to do too. But how can I say it? It's almost giving me like the vibe when like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston were out at the same time. When like not when they kind of when they both first came out. Like Whitney was there before her, but when like Mariah Carey released, started being talked about, and and then we had the years after when they really reached a lot of success, and it was kind of hard to like pick between the two, like who's better. And it's like, I don't know, like I think somebody, I forgot how they said it, but it was like Whitney Houston is like, somebody said like an analogy, like Whitney Houston is before the fight and Mariah Carey is like after the war, like after we won as far as the singing. So like Whitney Houston sings the ballads as we're going into the war, and Mariah Carey is like when you come out and you got the fucking flag, like and it's giving me that with like Krishan and Cardi B. I don't really know how to describe it to you. They're one and the same but different at the same time. But definitely I was like, ooh, so that's a whole energy that they're mounting and they're using. That's a spirit, that's a demon. And I don't know, I think with Krishan when they mounted it or whatever they did and they summoned it, I think it's given like room and with Nicki Minaj, it's going a little crazy. And now I don't think anybody knows how to tame this bitch. And I think the only way out is going to be death. But Krishan ain't going nowhere. But I don't know why they want to make her mainstream so bad. Like there's nothing appealing to her. Like, and to even like trick us with like it's very evident that it's scary. It's not almost scary, it's scary. Like at least with Cardi B, like you kind of giggle and I don't know, it's just a different energy. Like Cardi B, maybe because it was reality TV, but like Cardi B, she melt in your mouth a lot easier. Like Krishana's just straight bitter when you talk about it. Like Cardi B is like the chocolate and Krishan is the vinegar, man. I don't like Krishan. I don't like anything about her. I don't like that anybody tries to put her on a pedestal or they don't try to make her take any accountability. I think they need to go ahead and find a bitch who can take her and knock her off her pedestal because it's beginning to be much, a bit much. I mean, at this point, I feel bad for Blueface. A lot of you don't. And it will be killing me is when you read the comments and they're like, you know, this is karma for Blueface. And I'm like, what did Blueface do to deserve this? Besides letting her whip his mom's ass. Now, that's some karma. You just don't, I don't give a fuck what your mom did. I don't give a fuck. Nah, I'm gay, but ain't no nigga. And if I choose to go back to bitches, ain't no bitch. Not while I'm living. If I do let it happen, I can guarantee you my brother gonna make sure I don't live to tell you what happens after. My brothers, my siblings. But you know, that's just what it is. You see my eyes though? They're getting very demonic. You see that? Like, what is that? Maybe King of the Root has been mounting and getting with his spiritual work. But you guys see that, right? Maybe the magic is real. So this will be part one of my introduction of trying to get back on YouTube. I've been trying to work out some ins and outs with things, you know. This is what I will tell you when you get into these religious paths. Don't make deals and don't speak on stuff or don't agree to things that you are not willing to, if you're not willing to hold up your end. And don't piss off the powers that be that are above you. And I'm learning the hard way. Don't piss them off. But I'm ready to pay back my dues now. And I don't want to say too much anyway, but I'm trying to make things right, if they'll let me. So yeah, King of the Root back with another video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.